There are two ways that you can set up your reports for exporting to PowerPoint. You can either create a PowerPoint-style report in Displayr and do your final edits there, or hook up your existing PowerPoint decks to Displayr. The first is our recommended method, as it is more efficient. If you replicate your PowerPoint in Displayr, when you export to PowerPoint, there will be minimal, if any work at all, to do. First, you'll need to have a document with your PowerPoint template ready. I have one available here for an imaginary client named Burger Chef. Next, you'll create a new document in Displayr that will be used to create a template document. I'll go to Displayr and select New Document from the Documents page. Decide between standard and widescreen format here, and give it a name following this naming convention. It's important to remember this name for later. Since I'm building out a template, I'll select the blank document template. Once my new Displayr document opens, I'll click on the Page Master button. I can find it easily using the search bar, which highlights where it is in yellow. I'll click the Page Master. This opens the master slides that contain all the default layouts for all the different page types. Here you can change the titles, text box formats, and default chart colors to reflect your PowerPoint template. You can also paste in any graphical elements from PowerPoint. Let's start on the title-only page layout. I'll go to my PowerPoint document and copy and paste the visual elements on my second slide. I'll use Ctrl-C and Ctrl-V to do the copy and pasting. I'll copy this graphical element under the header first. It contains multiple elements, so I'll select them all. And now I'll go back to Displayr and paste it onto the page using Ctrl-V. I can align it using the guides that appear as I move the element on the page. Next, I'll copy the branding logos at the bottom of the PowerPoint page. I'll paste them in and drag them to the bottom of the page. And I'll update the header font, style, and color. The font is set to Open Sans 16, is bold and red. I'll apply those settings to my Displayr document under Appearance in the Object Inspector on the right. Now I can copy these items and paste them into my other slide master pages. I'll delete the old header box. Now I'll resize and style the chart and text default and font size. I'll go back to PowerPoint to make sure I get the visualization colors right. I'll start with this red color. I'll make sure that my colors match exactly by using the hex color code. I'll copy the hex code from PowerPoint and paste it into the color picker in Displayr. And back in Displayr, I'll go to the first color picker dropdown and select More Colors. Then I'll paste the hex code in from PowerPoint. I'll do the same for the other colors. This way, you can make sure they match exactly. Now for the title page. I'm back in PowerPoint, and I'm going to copy everything that's on this page and paste it into Displayr. Since I already have a text box in Displayr, I'll deselect these two in PowerPoint. I'll send things backward by right-clicking on the image and selecting Arrange, and then Send to Back. Now my text box reappears. I'll resize and format the text boxes on this page. Now the title page is done. If you want to add more master page styles, you can duplicate and edit any of these pages. If you want this template to be added to the Documents template gallery, you'll need to download this document using a format called QPack, so it can be uploaded to the Displayr cloud and added to the gallery. To create a QPack, go to the Publish menu, and then Export Data, and select Download Document. Note that the document uses the naming conventions mentioned earlier in the video. Burger space chef .widescreen.template. You may also want to create a thumbnail image for the gallery view. You can do this by creating PNG images from a few of your pages in the Page Master view and saving them to your computer with a specific naming convention. For example, I'm using a widescreen template for this project, and I've captured 3 screen grabs from it. So I'll need to save the PNG files as burgerchef1.widescreen.template.png, burgerchef2.widescreen.template.png, and so on. Note that a space needs to be included between the template name and number, and these are case sensitive. Now, I'll upload the template QPack and PNG files to my Displayr cloud drive. I can access that from the person icon in the upper right corner of the screen. I'll go back to my Documents page and create a new document. My template is now available in the gallery with the thumbnails. Let's see it in action. I'll give this new document a name. I'll add a data set. And create some visualizations in the project. And now I'll export to PowerPoint. And you'll see that the layout will match the desired PowerPoint template. Next, I'm going to illustrate how to automatically update an existing PowerPoint report using Displayr. You might choose to use an existing PowerPoint deck or template and update that with data from Displayr. Or make your final edits for the look and feel of your project in PowerPoint rather than Displayr. This might be more suited for team-based workflows with analysts and design teams, where the design team doesn't want to use or learn Displayr. Here's a PowerPoint that's been created with dummy data. It's got some gender, area, and age charts. In addition to a chart, here I've got some text boxes showing conversion rates. And here's one of a stacked bar chart, where it's showing both the values of the first series and the net of the first 2 series. And a radar chart. There are 2 ways I can populate data in such a chart. One is to format the Displayr document so that it looks just like the PowerPoint, like I showed you earlier in this video. Another way, which I'm showing you here, is to just crunch the numbers in Displayr, and then hook up Displayr so that the PowerPoint deck automatically updates. How do I do it? In Displayr, I find the table that contains the data for the chart. Click on it and then click Properties in the Object Inspector. Everything in Displayr that can be updated has a unique code called a GUID, or Globally Unique Identifier Code. Locate and copy this by selecting the entire string and using Ctrl+C. Now, back in PowerPoint, I'm going to right-click on the radar chart and select the View Alt Text option. And I'll paste in the GUID to this field using Ctrl+V. In addition to hooking up charts, I can also hook up images, text boxes, and tables the same way. As you can see, the title also has an alt text field. This is the conversion from awareness to consider. If Displayr can't match the GUID number, it won't export the object. Displayr will only update the objects found in the PowerPoint document without adding or removing any objects from it. I won't bore you by hooking them all up. Fortunately, I've done it before. Now, let's export our Displayr document into the existing PowerPoint that has the GUIDs included. I'll select Update Existing Document and click into this box to upload my pre-made PowerPoint deck. We get a report that shows us what's been updated and what hasn't, with lots of detailed diagnostics underneath. And it's now showing the date of the most recent wave. And you can see that both the chart and the text boxes showing conversion have updated. Of course, the next wave will be much simpler as we only need to do this setup once. This current data goes up to September 2017. let's pull in a revised data file. Click on the data file and then Update in the Object Inspector. As you can see, the date has been updated. If you have got a good eye for numbers, you'll see they have updated as well. To update the PowerPoint, I'll go back to Publish and select Export Pages and then PowerPoint. Again, I'll select Update Existing Document and upload my existing PowerPoint deck. As we've updated the data file, it needs to update the calculations on each of these pages. This might take a few seconds. As you can see, it's now updated through to December. So, we've hooked up PowerPoint to Displayr to be automatically updated. We also looked at updating an existing PowerPoint file. As you know, there are two separate benefits to this. First, we save lots of time because you don't have to make updates by hand. And second, no typos and no cutting and pasting errors. That's a huge win.